2024 Charter Day Convocation. At this time, please check to make sure that all cell phones and devices are turned off. Please rise for the academic procession and remain standing for President Lynott's introduction.
Charter Day Convocation. To kick off our Charter Day Convocation Ceremony and to celebrate the talents and treasures of our university, we're going to do something a little different today. We are going to enjoy a performance by our Rockford University performing arts students as they perform the Addams Thread, which was written and directed by our very own Deborah Mogford, Professor of Acting and Directing and Director of Theater Management. Following the performance, we will proceed with the traditional official convocation ceremony. So, Jane Addams is a renowned alumnus of Rockford University, or Rockford Female Seminary, as it was called when she graduated in 1881. She founded Hull House in Chicago, the first settlement house in the United States, and was the first American woman to win the Nobel Peace Prize, which she received in 1931. During the years between the founding of Hull House in 1889 and winning the Peace Prize, Jane Addams would accomplish life-changing moments in history. She would recognize her alma mater as a training ground, an educational experience helping her to dedicate her life to advancing the cause for social change. Jane Addams christened her college classmates the Glorious 17. These young women were her friends and inspiration for championing the cause of women and all groups without a voice for social reform. This play is dedicated to these women and the legacy they have left for the current students of Rockford University. So everyone please enjoy the show.
I was in the library doing research for an article I'm writing when Principal and admire his accomplishments. I just wish, oh, I wish you sound just like one of my classmates. She too had her heart set on going to Smith College, but her father, whom she loved, admired, and respected with all her heart, told her she could not go, and so she came to Rockford Female Seminary, as it was known at the time.
She must have been very disappointed.
Oh, no doubt she was at first. However, if you ask her now, she would say the school helped give her the direction of her life.
Really? How? Smith is known to be academically demanding and looking to the future.
Oh, Miss Sill believed in challenging studies for young women. Our curriculum consisted of classes in Greek, Latin, French, natural science, ancient history, literature, oratory, debate, and my friend Jane excelled in debate. In fact, she was so accomplished that Miss Sill selected her to go alone as a contestant to an important regional college debate contest. Jane was the first woman to be allowed to debate at this regional level. Jane won 5th place. Ah, William Jennings Bryan won first, so 5th is very respectable. The class that charged Jane's imagination was mental and moral philosophy. The lessons we learned from Miss Sill, who was very formidable, taught us all how to put our skills to work to promote positive social change and equality. Yes, it was Miss Sill's moral and ethical philosophy guiding us to see, to understand how we can and must improve the quality of life for the poor. A community, a city, is stronger if all its citizens have the opportunity to fulfill their potential. Everyone has the right to work, and to know that whatever the job may be, there is dignity in work. But Miss Sill is no longer headmistress. She passed away 4 years ago. So many who had attended the school were in deep mourning at her loss, but she left the school in good hands, and with a sound vision for an unknown future. And that vision has stretched beyond the campus in the hands of the young women who have graduated.
I was under the impression that the school only taught women to be wives of ministers or missionaries.
No, that's not true, right, Aunt Catherine? Well, it is true that Miss Sill believed well-educated young women would make for better wives of ministers and missionaries. She was known to single out young women who displayed high intelligence and a strong sense of self, because these were the traits she deemed necessary for the missionary field. She saw in Jane a passion and a drive to help those who had less than herself. She saw in Jane a fierce determination, and so she told Jane that she should prepare herself for missionary work. When Miss Sill told Jane that she should become a missionary, Jane looked her in the eye and said respectfully, but firmly, "No." I don't think anyone, let alone a student, had ever said no to Miss Anna Peck Sill. Never, as far as I know. But that moment, according to Jane, changed her life. She has the ability to say no to people in such a way that they should understand, and they don't. Well, it takes courage to say no. Another lesson from my school days. So your classmate Jane never became a missionary. What did she do when she graduated? She entered medical school. Really? That is great. What medical school let her in? So she's now a doctor. The death of her beloved father, coupled with her own poor health, prevented her from continuing her studies. I'm very sorry. It gave her time to go to London. That is where she found Toynbee Hall. Yes, her goal had been to be a physician doctoring the poor, but in Toynbee Hall, she found another way to fulfill her goal. town, not too far from here. Jane saw one of the poorer neighborhoods of the town. She was startled to see the tiny houses set so close together. They looked cold and shabby compared to her own home on its beautiful, lush lawns and extensive grounds. She asked her father, why would anyone want to live like this? And he said they did so out of necessity, not by choice. Then she declared that when she was an adult, she would have a large home, like her father's, but it would be in the middle of those tiny little houses like the ones in Freeport. And she would have a large yard so that any children who did not have a yard could come play at her home. Toynbee was the key to unlock, or rather, piece together all of her studies, ideas, feelings, desires, to aid those who needed help, to give a hand up, not merely a hand out.
Toynbee is a settlement house.
It was the initial spot for Hull House. If Jane had gone to Smith, she would have never developed Hull House in Chicago. Wait. Are you saying Jane Addams was your classmate? Jane Addams went to Rockford College? Yes, I thought you knew that. No. So Jane Addams helped to form everything that the college taught. The college formed Jane Addams a true crusader. Yes, she acknowledged the value of her time spent at the school in her valedictory speech. She thanked the dedicated teachers and Miss Sill. How did she put it? The daily remembrances of a life of noble purpose, steadily fulfilled. The class of '81 goes forth to pay back again to the world the much good they received from their alma mater. I'm paraphrasing, but in short, Jane and all the rest of us were taught to know that a life of noble purpose must be actively pursued and fulfilled.
Yoo-hoo! Hello? Hattie? Are you around back?
Hi, Cora! We're in the garden!
Oh dear, it's Mrs. Edwards. She never draws breath.
What does that mean?
Well, I rang the bell. Then I remembered this today, that sweet little person who works for you has the day off today, so no one to answer the door. And then I thought I'll try the back garden gate, and sure enough, here you are. Oh, Bella, how pretty you look. You are turning into quite a lovely young lady. Oh, and who is this young person?
Mrs. Edwards, may I present Miss Martha Gill. Martha, may I present Mrs. George Edwards.
How do you do, Mrs. Edwards?
So, you're the daughter of the Gale family. You are charming. I have the pleasure of meeting your mother and father. What an elegant family. I'm sure they find Rockford ever so much better than Milwaukee. I know I would. And I hear you're going to be attending Rockford College in the fall with Bella. You will so enjoy it. I treasure my years of study there. Of course, I was one of the glorious 17, as Jane would call us. Oh, lovely. I could use a glass of lemonade.
And how was your trip to Chicago?
Oh, well, George was stuck in meetings and interminable conferences all day. Then there were endless dinners with clients and bank trustees, and you know George with his indigestion problems. I have to watch his diet like a hawk and keep track of the number of after-dinner cigars.
Oh, poor George. And poor Cora.
No, it was perfect. I had all day to shop, see the galleries, and, most importantly, spend time at Hull House. In the 4 years it has been open, so many new ways of service have been added, and so many more people are coming to Hull House. Of course, from the beginning, Jane and our dear Ellen have provided kindergarten and daycare facilities for the children of working mothers, and even midwifery services when needed. But Jane, seeing a need and moving forward to find a way to fulfill that need.
Another lesson learned from the college.
For it is the way to serve the community by improving the lives of others.
An educated woman can move into the future unafraid.
Oh, well said, Bella.
I have been listening to these teachings all of my life.
My dear niece. Well, go on, Cora. What other new endeavors has Jane implemented? Well, she has added a number of classes to teach English to the thousands of immigrants flooding into Chicago, along with the citizenship classes. Ever moving with the times, Jane has added an employment bureau, increased the size of the art gallery, and the classes in art, theater, and music are overflowing.
Art, theater, music?
Yes, of course. Jane knows that the act of play stimulates creativity, and creativity leads to better reasoning. She's particularly fond of the theater, adores Shakespeare. Kathy, do you remember that night we were reading Romeo and Juliet?
Oh, that cold January night we were popping popcorn.
Yes! It was against the rules to cook in our rooms, but sometimes we did. Roasting potatoes, sausages, oysters. That night, Jane was reading the role of Romeo, and I admit I was so engrossed in her reading that I stopped shaking the corn over the fire on the grate, and it did what corn does when you stop shaking it. Burned!
And the charred aroma spent
Yes.
of the corn filled our room and walked me down the hallway alerting the teacher who lived on our floor. We were caught!
But when Miss Brunel asked us what we thought we were doing, Jane said in the firm but pleasant way she had, we were engaged in studying William Shakespeare, a writer of monumental significance. What else could possibly matter?
We escaped punishment, but were given a firm warning about cooking in the rooms. We never cooked in your rooms again.
But I'm here today because, yummy cookies. I need your help, Kathy. Whole House Library is in need of so many more books, so I am organizing an afternoon tea, and admission is 2 books, one for children and one for adults. I have a list of books. We will include the types of books that we need in the formal invitation, which, one second, you will help me design. We will send invitations to all of our classmates, and even those who live out of town will rally to help Jane. We will hold this on the college grounds on a Sunday afternoon in July. There will be harp and violin music and croquet on the lawn. I'm on my way to college to make the arrangements now, and I need you, Kathy, to come with me. In fact, I want all of you to come and help me organize it.
Us too?
Of course! My carriage is out front, so come along. And we must stop and engage Theodora in our venture. She is so marvelous at engaging the right musicians.
I don't know. We would have to put our heads together.
All right, well, what type of music do you think that we should play for the people that are coming to the tea?
Oh, we could have ragtime music. It would be so much.
Ragtime is so noisy.
Cora, you have got to move with the times.
Oh, Kathy.
When did listen to ragtime? I don't want to know my drum. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the lemonade and the tea. Thank you for agreeing to help with the book venture. All of you, glorious 17, have moved forward in, what was it Miss Addams said in her speech? To a life of noble purpose, steadily fulfilled. The class of 81 goes forth to pay back again to the world the much good they received from their alma mater. That is the goal for the class of 97 to achieve. So, you think you can reconcile yourself to Rockford College? You won't miss terribly not going to Smith. No, not now. No, not now. Thank you. Come on, Martha, this will be so fun. Thank you.
Do hurry, Kathy. Time must put an end to this idea of ragtime music.
Harp and violin in the first hour, and then ragtime in the later afternoon.
Kathy.
Cora, ragtime is lively and brightens the spirit. The music will attract more people and may even attract a certain new bank president who happens to be very fond of ragtime. You have been wanting him to engage with the school, true? Perhaps he will be part of this planning committee, helping with book donations and money. And just think what Jane and the school could do with more money.
Yes, very true. Well, we do need to hurry, so come along. We must go.
I'll just put this away and grab my hat. I'll meet you in front of the house. Move with the times, but move with a purpose.
Theater?
Yeah.
It's nice.
It is.
And what's this?
Well, this is for Allison and Sam C.
They must be theater students.
Good guess.
Can always count on you to be a smart.
Yes, you can. Okay, decision time.
Well, what will it be?
You've got to make a choice.
I know. Trust me. I know. My parents are on me about it.
At least they're giving you the choice.
Yeah, so long as it's in Illinois.
NIU or RU?
University of Illinois or Rockford University.
I want UCLA.
Can't really do that.
I know. I'm not going to UCLA. I got accepted, but it's way too
Expensive. Sorry, James. You had your heart set on going. I know it's hard.
Well, I'm glad you're sticking around. Our families have known each other well forever. So, which school are you choosing?
Okay, I get it. You love the school, but I want to get out of town.
Oh, that's insulting.
Oh, Maria, that's not what I mean.
No, it's just, you can't stand this anymore.
Come on, you two.
Always, James, coffee. Allison, this is James.
Hi. James has turned to campus, and we are trying to tell him why he should come to our youth.
Oh, where are you from?
Rockford.
Oh, so you know Jake and Maria.
Oh, yeah. Jake and I go way back.
James is not too sure about coming here. He wanted to go out of state, but
I'm from out of state,
Really? From where?
Arizona.
And you chose to come here?
I looked at a lot of schools before coming here. I almost went to the U of A, University of Arizona. But then I thought, do I want to be one among thousands, literally just a number, or do I want a relationship with my professors? Then I met the head of the department, and I knew a smaller school was for me. So I came to visit, and even in the dead of winter, I knew this was the fit.
You met a department chair before coming here?
I met him when he came to Arizona on a recruitment trip through a theater festival.
And you like it here?
Yes.
But doesn't University of Arizona have more to offer? Classes, things to do on campus?
Hey, Allison! I thought we were getting coffee. Oh, what's going on here? Are we just meeting or hanging out? Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Will. This is James. He's thinking about coming to RU.
Oh, you'll like it here.
oh, he's not too sure he wants to come here.
He was just asking about different events and different things to do on campus.
There is a ton of things to do here if you want to do them.
Yeah, there's sporting events, theater productions, concerts, karaoke night.
I love karaoke and Build-A-Bear.
I build great bears. My favorite night is trivia night.
That's because you always win. But James might beat you.
You that good?
Oh yeah, I'm really good. No boast, just
I've
fast.
seen him in action. He wins every time.
All right, it's decided. You come here, you join my team, we clean up, they give pretty good prizes.
Oh, my favorite event is drag queen bingo. It's so much fun.
Thanksgiving dinners. Last year's was Harry Potter. They had candles hanging from the ceiling.
Oh, the RA s'mores nights. Oh,
The RAs feed you?
Well, they're supposed to host multiple events for their resident floors, and we all love food. You see,
My favorite event is the International Food Festival. I go on a 3-day diet just to prepare to eat all those foods.
What's that?
Oh, we have a number of students studying different courses from different countries all around the world.
Really?
Yes, didn't you see the flags when you drove in? They represent the nations of the students.
Oh, okay.
They spend all day cooking their favorite dishes from their home country, and we eat well.
I love that baklava.
It's crazy thinking about all those different foods you never heard of before, but it's so good.
Oh, they also dress up to represent their countries, and they put on a great show.
But my favorite thing.
Besides trivia.
Yes. Trivia's fun. But the true heart of our youth is the day of service.
Yes. Right.
Day of service?
It's supported and organized by the Jane Addams Center. The students, faculty, and staff all get together, go out into the community and help out. There's no classes held that day, and we pull weeds, clean public areas, whatever needs to be done. And it's just such a great feeling to know that we collectively have helped the community.
Jane Addams, I know she had something to do with the building of Hull House, but that's in Chicago. Why is there a center for her here at RU?
She's a graduate of the school.
When she went here, it was called Rockford Female Seminary. Then it became Rockford College, but was only for girls.
So, when did men start attending?
Men started attending classes during World War II because Rockford College offered something called cooperative educational programs through the Illinois Institute of Technology. In 1958, the college went co-ed, and in 2013, Rockford College became a university.
How do you know all that?
I read the website.
So men were not here when Jane Addams graduated.
No, but she is a famous alumnus of the school.
Because she built Hull House.
Yes, but she was the first person to head the National Federation of Settlement and Neighborhood Centers. She helped the poor, the immigrants.
I can't believe you don't know about all of Adams' accomplishments.
Sorry.
She was the first vice president of the National Women's Trade Union League in 1909.
Oh, and 6 years later, she went on to help found what was then known as the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. Now, that takes courage.
She fought for the vote for women. She served as the first vice president of the National American Women's Suffrage Association.
She was gutsy. I mean, look, in 1915, during the First World War, she was the organizer and the first chair of the Women's Peace Party.
She led the founding of the Women's International League for Peace and Freedom in 1919. She wasn't waiting for the formation of a League of Nations.
She served as the president of the league for 10 years.
I had no idea she'd done all that.
So no wonder why she received the Nobel Peace Prize. She was the first American woman to get that prize.
That's impressive. I didn't know.
Jane Addams came from a family with a high moral awareness, but she gave credit to her education at this school for the focus and courage needed for her life.
The school is doing the same thing for me, giving me focus.
This past day of service, I worked at Carpenter's Place. I know wherever I end up working, I am going to volunteer to help the homeless. Same with me. It just feels right to volunteer.
I worked with Miss Carly. It's been incredibly inspirational. I get to help feed the hungry, and not to sound too corny or cliche, but it's a place that feeds me in so many ways.
So many graduates from the school are serving the community while being business leaders, educators, politicians.
Look, there are so many impressive graduates from RU, and we can sit here all day and listen. No doubt UCLA or every other university or college in this country could point out famous graduates. But we are just so proud of our university. We just so proud, and I get it. You want to go somewhere else, see something new. And I was the same way.
I thought you always wanted to come here.
No, I wanted to go to DePaul or NYU. But I visited those schools and I realized that would be, just as Allison said, one of a number. Half the time, the classes are taught by grad students, particularly for underclassmen. We have good connections with our professors here. From day one, we have been taught by professors who care about their classes and about us. They want us to become the graduates who may never win a Nobel Prize, but are successful in our own lives. Part of that success is fostering the growth and development of our community and caring for those who need our help.
Jane Addams didn't just give a handout. She gave a hand up through education, the arts.
She gave hope. Listen, James, I also thought about going away to another university. But I'm so happy I'm here. Here you get to explore who and what you want to be. Our professors encourage our exploration.
Think. You already have friends here, and I think we're pretty fabulous. Okay, now we've decided James is coming to RU. I need coffee. Duncan, you need coffee?
Yes, he does. But have we settled all your questions?
Well,
Are you?
it is!
And to seal the deal, I will buy you your favorite donuts.
Two. It takes 2 signatures on a contract.
Oh, so you're majoring in business?
With a minor in psychology. Hey Jake, why not buy everyone a donut?
Well, no one is getting anything until we strike this set. Allison and I already promised that we would.
Right now?
Right now.
Okay, now that I'm one of you, let's get this cleaned up. Then Jake can buy us all a donut.
That's so Jake, I
Thank you.
Audience, please rise and remain standing through the invocation to be given by Associate Professor of Psychology, Elaine Sharp. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Let us pray. God of many names, we gather on this 177th birthday of Rockford University to celebrate our past, present, and what lies ahead. We thank you for our steadfast presence in this community. We are a university that knows struggle, challenge, and the determination that is necessary to weather whatever comes our way. All we have experienced has shaped our story and beckons us to the future. We will be the authors. We have been blessed by founders who established this institution based upon the belief that education is the key to creating and sustaining a civilized world. We have been blessed by founders that believed all people deserve the opportunity to grow through enlightenment. We remain grateful for our predecessors who, for over 177 years, lived those beliefs in a way that pursued social justice for all humankind. We thank you for the gift of restlessness they leave behind in our hearts, charging us to do the same. In the year ahead, keep us mindful that the only certainty in life is that change will occur. Bless our efforts as we embrace these changes. We pray that with age comes wisdom. May we hear the voice of our institutional wisdom as we weave the bright threads of our future into the rich tapestry that is our legacy. Divine One, keep us ever mindful that our work in higher education is both a gift and a calling. We are grateful for our trustees who support us in untold ways to be about that work. Fill all of our hearts, students, faculty, and staff, with gratitude for the experience of expanding our minds and deepening our characters through abundant dialogue and the knowledge we share. May each day be one where we leave our campus community a bit richer in kindness, deeper in knowledge, and forever evolving because we are here. Bless us and guide us this day in celebration and all of the days of our journey to come. Amen.
Please, folks, be seated. Be seated. Thank you. Professor Sharp, you are a gift. Thank you so much. So again, good afternoon, folks. As we observe our 177th anniversary today, we proudly continue to fulfill our mission as an institution grounded in liberal arts learning that provides our graduates with the foundation to thrive in a diverse and growing global society. It is quite fitting as we celebrate the history of our founding that we will bring to life the stories of Jane Addams and other significant people from our institution's past. I thank Deborah Mogford and her cast of students. I thank them for that amazing performance of the Addams Thread and for opening our Charter Day Convocation Ceremony. I also think we should recruit those students to join our marketing and enrollment department because they do a fantastic job. Thank you so much, students. Thank you also to Beth Jogg and Tony Laws for their work behind the scenes. As president of Rockford University, it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2024 Charter Day Convocation, marking the 177th anniversary of the founding of Rockford University. We gather each year at this time to celebrate the anniversary of the receipt of the original document from the state of Illinois recognizing Rockford Female Seminary as a degree-granting private institution of higher learning. Section 2 of our charter states, quote, that the said institution shall be located in the town of Rockford and shall be erected with accommodations sufficiently extensive to afford instruction in the liberal arts and sciences adapted to the highest order of female education, end quote. Thus was born Rockford Female Seminary in 1847 along the banks of the Rock River. The institution continued to grow and evolve over the course of the next 4 decades. In 1892, a decision was made to change the name to Rockford College in order to better reflect what the seminary had always been, rigorous and collegiate in character. The college continued to thrive, enduring through the Industrial Revolution, 2 world wars, and the resulting accelerated pace of change. In 1955, Rockford College ended its 108 years as a female-only institution and began enrolling men to more widely serve the needs of the community. Dr. Carlson, then president of Rockford College, said this about the Board of Trustees' decision to become a co-ed institution, quote, "They have made a decision which will be of growing significance for the college, the city of Rockford, and the larger constituency of state and nation," end quote. On July 1st, 2013, another decision of growing significance was made as Rockford College became Rockford University. As we observe our 177th anniversary today, we proudly continue to fulfill our mission as an institution grounded in liberal arts learning that provides our graduates with the foundation to thrive in a diverse and global society. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome to the podium our Provost, Dr. Elizabeth Davies, to share a few words. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lynott. I want to talk to you a little bit about 1847, because that was the year that we were founded here as Rockford University, and it was an interesting year, okay? James Polk was the president. The United States was in the middle of a war, the Mexican-American War, which he was a big supporter of. And lots was changing. The University of Iowa, not exactly our competitor, but a companion in higher ed, was founded. The United States had issued the first postage stamp in 1847. In 1847, the state of Michigan abolished the death penalty. Okay? There are differences and there are similarities going all the way back. And yet among the similarities, the first "Why did the chicken cross the road" joke was published in the March issue of the Knickerbocker, also known as New York Monthly Magazine. Needless to say, the answer then, as now, was because it wants to get to the other side. Charlotte Bronte published her novel Jane Eyre under the pen name of Currer Bell, and the Great Famine continued in Ireland. But closer to home, if you were 17 in 1847, okay, the year this place was founded, if you were the age when you were considering now whether you'd be going to college. And if you were female, you would have had a life expectancy of 43 years. So to put that in other terms, when you left Rockford Female Seminary, your life would be about half over at that point. If you were male, you would have had a life expectancy of 41. If you were a woman, you would have been unusual just by virtue of attending Rockford Female Seminary, because the first women's college, Georgia Wesleyan, had only been founded 11 years before, in 1836. A year later than that, Oberlin College began admitting women as well as men, although women at that point were still in Oberlin dismissed from classes on Mondays so that they could do the men's laundry. Over the next 40 years, 50 women's colleges were founded. So you can see that Rockford Female Seminary was part of a large wave of growth in women's higher education. But let's think back to what our lives would have been like. If we were 17 in 1847 and thinking about Rockford Female Seminary, we would likely have had 5 siblings, because the average family had 6 kids. Just by comparison, right now, the average family size is 1.8. The average age of marriage for women then was 21, so if you were a woman, you'd likely be marrying soon, and your husband would likely be significantly older than you, because the average age of marriage for men in 1847 was 25. The hit song of 1847 was Roll On Silver Moon. The popular dance was the polka. And as a woman, your dress would have come down to the ground, and it would have had multiple layers of petticoats and crinolines beneath it. You'd wear a cap in the house once you were married and a bonnet when you went outside. As a man, you wouldn't have been attending Rockford Female Seminary, but you would have worn out pants, a tailcoat, a pleated shirt, and a top hat. Okay? But what would not have happened for many of the women who graduated from Rockford Female Seminary is exactly what makes Jane Addams so exceptional. We would not have gotten a job or worked outside the home, but she did, founding Hull House. We would not have been able to express ourselves politically or advocated for the rights of others, but she did, despite not being able to vote. We would have been unlikely to remain unmarried, but Jane Addams did, keeping company first with Clara Starr and then with Mary Rosa Smith. In short, she was a remarkable woman who graduated from a remarkable school. Today we celebrate the 177th anniversary of her alma mater, Rockford University. May it enjoy 177 more years of success and graduate many more courageous women and men like you students. Now I'm here to say a few words on behalf of the Rockford University Board of Trustees is Board of Trustees Chair Rebecca Epperson.
Good afternoon. I'm really glad that I outlived my life expectancy so far. So far, so good. So it's good afternoon. It's a great pleasure to be here with all of you today for this celebration. Several members of the Board of Trustees are in attendance today as well, so I thank you on behalf of all of us. We wish Rockford University a very happy and prosperous 177th birthday. We consider it a privilege to serve as board members, and we take very seriously our responsibility to support and advance the lasting legacy of this remarkable institution. We take that very seriously. I don't have to look very far or hard to see the evidence of the amazing work done by our students, staff, and faculty every single day. Through more than a century and a half of progress and change, let there be no doubt of the impact Rockford University has made on its graduates, the community, and the world. Never underestimate the reach and power of your Rockford University education either, because we see it out there in the world every single day. Now, let me invite Linda Sandquist, Vice President of Advancement, to the stage to give some remarks.
I graduated from Rockford College in 1985. Met my husband here, and my freshman roommate is my best friend to this day. I am happy to be celebrating the 177th birthday of Rockford University with you. I want to tell you a short story, or maybe it's just urban legend, about the founding of Rockford University, or as it was then known, Rockford Female Seminary. Our charter was signed by the state of Illinois on February 25th, 1847. The Board of Trustees hired a teacher named Anna Peck Sill to run the school. Miss Sill opened the doors to the school on June 11th, 1849 in Rockford's old courthouse building. 2 weeks later, Rockford Female Seminary almost closed. Businessmen who had pledged funding to support the establishment of the school reneged on their pledges. There was no money to pay Miss Sill. Legend has it that members of the Board of Trustees stepped up to ensure the amount of money that had been pledged would be met. Supposedly, 2 trustees and another man took out mortgages on their homes to make sure that Rockford Female Seminary stayed in existence. So here we are today, 177 years later. What does this urban legend tell us? It teaches us that if people believe in something, they will step up and give. If people can answer the question, why does it matter to me? They will give their time, treasure, and talent to support it. Today we are launching a new giving society at Rockford University. It's called Club 1847. To join the club, people will give $1 for every year the university has been chartered. This year, people can join Club 1847 by giving $177. Next year, joining will cost $178. The next year, $179. This is a great way to connect with both the past and the future of Rockford University. Behind me is information on how to give to Club 1847. Consider that this year, with Leap Day, $177 is 49 cents a day. Will you miss that? And consider this. In 1849, 3 people believed so much in providing higher education to the women of our community that they took out mortgages on their homes. Higher education in the city of Rockford was their why. Because of them, Rockford University educated Jane Addams, who revolutionized social services and won the Nobel Peace Prize. Our university taught Sunil Parikh, who became one of the largest land developers in the area, and recently supported a micro-enterprise that provides clean water to more than 7,000 people in the most desolate area of India. Janice Pfeffer graduated from Rockford University, and her doctoral findings ignited worldwide interest in a new form of angiotensin converting enzyme treatment. That's cardiac stuff. Maybe one of the biology professors can explain it. That made the difference between life and death. Mark Pedowitz, an RU alum, served as the chair and CEO of the CW Network. And Joyce Williams Warren attended Rockford University and served as the first female black judge in the state of Arkansas. I will conclude with 2 asks of you. Please consider becoming a member of Club 1847. The website link and the QR code are on the screen behind me. Remember, it's 49 cents a day. And we'll send you a cool magnet for your fridge. My second ask is that you consider your why. Why are you a student, a faculty member, part of the staff, or a supporter of Rockford University? What's your why? And now it's my pleasure to introduce Chin Addams to lead us in the decus. And I know Chin's got a lot of why.
Our strong bond shall ne'er be broken,
enjoy some refreshments. So here's the thing, I really love this Charter Day. I love the students' performances, both the formal one that Professor Mogford had, and then also the one afterwards. It was incredible. Here's a problem. There's too many empty seats. Faculty, I think we need to revisit maybe asking our students to have this be a requirement because they're missing out on something special. So let's talk about that in the next couple of minutes, all right? Folks, thank you so much. Thank you. This is going to conclude our Charter Day celebration. Please join us for a special 177th birthday reception in the lobby. That means food and drinks. Kindly stand for the recessional folks and remain standing until the platform party and faculty have filed out. Thank you so much.
Yes, I put it right. Thank you so much. I got outside and I was like, oh my God. But I made the mistake of saying, yeah, it's upstairs.
Thank you so much. All right, thanks.
You crashed it. Yep.
I know Dayhan, I'm calling his. Dayhan is, yeah, I'm calling his aunt to talk about
Stick to the status quo.
I believe that Dayhan.
I don't know how it's pronounced, but yeah, it's look at it. D-E-J-A-N. You could just constantly say,
Yeah.
Everybody, as you're coming in, nobody go outside those doors. If they stay here as you do, there's still people in the audience or in the lecture.